have a great challenge here in this corner, and that's why we're here. I want to present the team from the happiest city on this planet.
Yes.
We have Aalto, he's a student. We have Taru, she's the learning environment designer. And we have the youngest member now. He's 3 years old, but in robot years, he's a senior. My name is Heidi Backman, and I'm the Director of Education and Culture in our city. And we have a big ambition. We want our kids to get the best future skills, and especially technology skills. And actually, we want all our citizens to get those future skills. So how will this be possible? Yes, we think that we should dive into new things, into the unknown. And that's what we did, for example, 3 years ago when we bought this little cute robot, because I thought he would be really clever. And now we know the limitations he have. And we need courage to do this, to know about something completely new. And we have to know our own limitations of understanding, and we need to understand how important it is to learn all the time. I think we have a kind of a paradigm shift in front of us. We have big challenges. We have the climate change, and we have this technological revolution. And that's why I think we should have a focus, of course, on education, but also on leadership. Because the world we are living in now, it's very complex, it's global, which it was not when I was a kid in the same way at all. And we have this rapid change. Everybody are talking about that. But this means that we don't manage with an organization that is hierarchical and top-down. We need innovation, and we need an organization and a leadership that enables everyone to be innovative, both teachers and students. And we have a strength in the Finnish educational system is this culture of trust. Our teachers have a big pedagogical freedom. And I think we have even to widen this culture of trust to the students more than we do today. And this is also what modern leadership is about. So if we want more agility and more innovation in our organizations, we know, according to studies, we know that we should focus on experimentation, we should focus on new technology, which we are doing here today, and we should focus on continuous learning. Learning is the core product of our activity in the schools, but it's also in working life. For the last year, or 2 years maybe, we have been thinking a lot about what artificial intelligence means for education. And we have some thoughts about that. Of course, we can learn more effectively with the help of AI. For example, Aalto yliopisto, if I have understood it right, is developing this kind of learning platforms. City of Vantaa is doing that. You can use machine learning, data analytics, and so on. And this is very important, but I don't think it's enough. We have thought a lot about that our students have to learn what AI is. And that you can do, for example, we have had a workshop with students where they, in a few hours, have built a very simple chatbot. And that's a new kind of learning by doing, an old pedagogy, but with new technology where they learn what AI is. And that's something they need to know in tomorrow's working life. But we also have to learn how AI is changing life, working life and everyday life. And what kind of competencies and skills do we need in the future? And we already have a good national core curricula in Finland. It enables everything, because what we are coming to is that we need the 21st century skills when we are working more close to a machine. This is what we need. And we have a national core curricula that enables this. What I love with this idea is that actually when we work more with machines, we will need more of a focus on the deep human characteristics. It's ethics, it's empathy, it's creativity, and it's also this human holistic approach. Taru.
Oh, thank you. Actually, why are we here? As Heidi already said, we want to develop education for the future generations. As a good example of that, we have this challenge here, get the kids to read again. And planning this challenge has been a really good example how to implement 21st century skills in classrooms. Because we have not invented this idea. It has been kids themselves who have planned this challenge and created these ideas. We have had kids go through service design workshops 4 times during last year. And that's where they have been designers themselves. If you want to know more about our challenge, we are there. You are welcome. And here I now have a student, Aalto, who wants to share his ideas about future education. Aalto, where do you study at the moment?
I study at Kasavuori School in Kauniainen, and I'm on 9th grade.
Could you please describe your usual week in school in few sentences?
Usually I have 18 to 20 hours school per week. We have 75-minute lessons with 15 minutes breaks, and we have also 45-minute lunch break.
And what kind of technology do you use in school?
Well, we use most often computers, but we also use mobile phones for projects and basic studying, but still about 40% of lessons are led by teacher.
Okay, so as we have heard many times today and earlier, the world is changing, work life is changing, and we have different challenges in front of us. Do you think there is a need for change in education nowadays?
Yes, I do. We should change plenty of stuff. For example, books to computers, explore more phenoms than normal subjects, and think about future and future jobs.
And what do you think, what kind of changes schools would need, like to give you kind of skills you will need in future life?
I think schools should offer more group work skills, flexible school days, get to know more about politics, then normal subjects, and of course explore more technology.
And what are your own future plans? Where do you see yourself in next autumn? Or
please let me rest for a while.
he wants to rest. Oh, I think it's she. Oh, where do you see yourself in next autumn or in next 10 years?
I see myself in next autumn at high school, and in 10 years I see myself in business and technology.
Okay. Thank you, Aaro, for your insights. Thank you.
What a wonderful quartet you are. Yes, and
we won't sing.
No, you are. That's too bad. That's maybe the next thing you can do with AI is get all these new skills. Maybe I can take one question if we from yes, sir. Could you ask your question? We've got yes. Go ahead. Tell us who you are and your question, please.
Thank you. Yeah. Esko Lius from Omnia, that's a multi-sectoral educational institute here in Espoo. And thank you for you. And I would like to comment also to Ilkka and Mark before this. So one example, when we started to use the bigger sister of this now, we have Pepper, and we have practical students, practical nurse vocational students there. We started with using sort of ELISA bot-like drilling of the professional English, and that's the phase number one. Then we wanted to have AI there, and we contacted a major global player that has a very good database for AI, and wanted to use a certain way to use it. The problem is that there is a worldwide hotel chain that had bought rights for using this kind of AI. So my question is, how can we all that are working in this area ensure that we not only own the data, but also we can use the algorithms that there are, so that it's not
Stays
for
open.
the major
Stays
players.
Open.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a big question. Would you want to tackle that? Any on the openness of AI?
Maybe we should use national, smaller companies to work with.
Yeah, and also the protection of these is, I think, a question for the future. And that's going to be a very exciting new area. New jobs! New jobs we're going to be creating. How to defend our AI platforms. Thank you for that great question. Thank you for coming. And I really hope that my son, Tristan, gets a place in your school next year. He's applying. I don't know. It's a draw. Let's hope for the best.
We also have this Granny DigiLab, which is a physical place for all citizens. It's not a school project. It's for Aaro is every day almost there in the DigiLab after school. So
okay, we're going to come and visit you with my son. All right? I'll see you then. Okay, kiitoksia. Thank you. Tak.